I'd like to welcome now Michael Annett, driver of the number 7 Pilot Flying J Chevrolet, and Reed Sorenson, driver of the number 36 Golden Corral Chevrolet for Tommy Baldwin Racing. Guys, you got a great program that's wrapping up this weekend, and Salute the Troops. If you could both just talk about the Salute the Troops program and what that's meant for you and the race team.
Well, we've done a couple different things. We've been collecting letters since the Charlotte race in May, from anything from schools to people who just want to send it in. So we've collected letters from different people to send over to the troops, and those will be sent, I think, pretty soon, maybe this week, next week, and did that. So that's something that's a little different, that people really haven't, I haven't heard of anybody doing before. So that was kind of cool. And I was able to go to some school and help some kids kind of figure out what they wanted to say to the troops. So that was pretty cool. And along with that, $10,000 is going to be donated to the Armed Forces Foundation. And Theme Park Connection, one of our sponsors, donated a cruise to a Marine and his family. So did that, and thousand calling cards, to send overseas, and that was donated by Chevrolet, so they helped us out as well. Yep. So
outstanding. Well, I know we've got some folks who would like to ask you some questions about the racing going on this weekend. So if you could raise your hand, and we'll get a wireless mic to you. State your name and affiliation. Let's start up here with Megan.
Megan Leben, Flag to Flag. Do you both, this is for both of you, so do you think this is your best opportunity to get into the chase with a win here?
I think so. It's hard to say that, we're both very competitive race car drivers, but we also know what we're up against. And obviously just going off of the past, obviously you see small teams that, you circle the super speedways as probably the most even playing field that we're on. And, the way we ran at Talladega, I don't see any reason why we couldn't, come out of here with a win. And obviously, I'm 30th in points right now, and it's something I keep looking at, thinking, man, if we go to Daytona and we win that race, we'd be in the chase. And if our team was able to pull that off, I think it'd be something pretty special.
Yeah, I agree. It's this is probably the best chance for us to win a race, or any of the restricted plate races kind of evens the field. Everybody knows that. So yeah, if one of us could get a win, that'd be great. And that's what the new system has kind of enabled a smaller team like ours to have that opportunity if you were able to win a race. So this would be the place to do it for sure.
Let's go over here to Chris.
ChrisKnightCatchments.com. Michael, you told me before the race at Kentucky last week you had a pretty good car, and you really showed that you guys had a pretty good car. What did you guys learn at Kentucky that'll help you guys moving forward?
Well, Kentucky was just a whole weekend where, you always go out for that first run when you unload off the truck, and it kind of sets the tone for the whole weekend. And, I like I told you, I knew right away that it was a really good car, just throughout practice the whole time, knew it. And I just like Kentucky myself. I've had a lot of success there every time, in trucks or nationwide and everything. So just had a really good feeling about that weekend. What we learned exactly, I can't pinpoint one thing that we learned, but it was just fun to be running up there in the top 20 all weekend, or not all weekend, but all night. And it's a totally different ball game. Moving up to the Cup Series was a big step, but when you actually have a good car like that, and the whole night you're racing with those guys, you definitely learn a lot. So if Bono learned something, I don't know if he's forgot more than I'll ever know. But I just learned a lot the whole night racing with those guys.
Does it give you confidence coming into this weekend here at Daytona for sure?
Yeah, I've had a lot of success here, and it's Daytona is a place that sometimes you love it, sometimes you hate it. Obviously I had to miss 3 months of the year a couple of years back when I broke my sternum here, but I also won I won an ARC race here, and it's just it's a place you love to hate, but I'm looking forward to the weekend. It's always a crapshoot, but I think we have, like we just mentioned, we have a good shot as anybody else to win the race.
Any more questions for Reed or Michael? Let's right up here to Dustin, then we'll go to MRN. MRN, then MRN. That's right.
Dustin Long, MRN.com. Michael, 3 of the last 8 races, top 20 finishes, and those are coming at like Pocono, Michigan, those type of high horsepower tracks where typically a smaller team does not fare as well.
He's got good horsepower. ECR under
These
the
are engines.
So, I mean, so what's kind of helped you guys, or what's kind of helped you in that sense? Because typically you see smaller teams have the better finishes at smaller tracks. Typically.
Yeah, and it kind of goes back to what Chris asked. I can't point one thing out that we've been doing anything different. I think Bono and I's relationship just keeps growing, and our guys they're working as hard as ever. So I think just looking at the we have really good alliance with RCR, and then we're starting to see those cars. Paul Menard top 10 every weekend. And we have a really good alliance there and relationship to where when they learn, we're learning the same stuff. So I think across the board, all the teams are starting to run better. And I mean, Reed with the funding, they have with Theme Park Connection last week, top 27. It's just a testament to the whole TBR in general, I guess.
Hi, Tyler Burnett, also MRN over here. Looking through practice today, it was really windy. Talked to Michael McDowell. He said the cars was pretty hard to handle through the wind. Going into tomorrow and qualifying, if we have the same conditions, what do you think it'll play out to in qualifying, and describe what the car felt like through the wind?
I didn't notice any wind.
I asked how windy it was because, I was in the car the whole time before that storm kind of rolled in. My car was moving around too. So he said his drove good. So maybe it wasn't the wind. It was just our cars weren't driving correctly. But it shouldn't affect qualifying
Wind
too
is
much.
going to be the least of our worries tomorrow.
Yeah. After qualifying at Talladega, just the biggest issue is everybody seesawing back and forth trying to get runs on each other. Which I don't know how many of you guys watched it, but it's kind of a cluster out there. Even today in practice, we went out there and then pulled back in and then went back out, and everybody wants to be in the back to get that run. So that's gonna be fun.
Do you guys have set up what you'll do for qualifying tomorrow? Will you run all the ECR cars all together, or?
We always have an idea.
I don't know yet. I'm going to find out after this though what the plan is.
But yeah, pretty much what you said. Obviously, we want all the ECR engines to qualify up front. So, and that's pretty much what we try to practice today. But obviously, there's a lot more small teams like us too that the guys want that run too, so they jump in line with you, and that's why we rode around. I was in second gear, I think, and then came down pit road, and so.
Well, Talladega, I was supposed to go with him in qualifying, behind him, and I don't think I ever saw him in qualifying at all.
There's always a great idea, great plan.
So it's hard to plan it, but I think that is the plan. And
What was it like out there in practice when the 2 big groups are out there going, like I said, second gear?
It's something I've never been a part of until we started doing this. It's pretty crazy, different, and I kind of laugh at how much thought goes into it because it doesn't matter as soon as a green flag drops where you qualify. If you're lucky enough to get the pole, obviously that's a huge boost for your team. But second through 43rd, it doesn't matter where you qualify.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon, and best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
thank you.
Take care.